Mic isn't muted. This is what the screen will look like. And we're going to pause here for a moment because this is where you're going to put your business name as well as your company information there. So who has their company description? Raise your hand. Okay, so go ahead and input that. Let me get everybody to this point. Put your company name and put your company information there. You can't. See, this is a, again, this is not, we did the first class was a free tool. This one is a paid tool. So if you don't want to put your credit card information in, I just recommend you just watching along. Okay, and you can learn from this process and just use ChatGPT, which is the free version, to manually build it out. But they do have a free trial, but you do have to put your card in because after the free trial is when you start paying for it, unless you cancel it before the free trial ends. Okay? You do create, then you go down to workflows. And then for workflows, you will see email campaign, and then you'll land here. On this screen, you're placing your, where it says proof, where it says company name, you're putting your business name there. Your company information, just a description about your business. And you can also set the tone. Okay, so I'm gonna give you all a few minutes to do that. If you can just kind of raise your hand and let me know once you've made it, once you've completed that step. If you have like a mission statement or something really small that's under 200 characters, you can place that under context description, but it's not required to do what we're gonna do. But the more information you give it, the better. This is going to feel awkward, you all, but I want you to think about the time you're gonna save, because I can't tell you how much time is spent on, I need to send an email. And then maybe your customers don't get an email for another 2 weeks because you haven't found the time to generate another email. So you can literally take a day, a couple hours out of the day, create your workflow, schedule everything in your email scheduler, and then work your business and not have to worry about your customers forgetting about you. Okay? Raise your hand if we can move on. Okay. Yes. So when you do your business description, how do you want people to see you as a business? Add that in there. Minority owned, Black female entrepreneur, been in fashion for 30 plus years. Like, really think about that. If you get one opportunity to have 30 seconds to share what it is that you do with what you do, what would you place there? Thank you for that question. That was a great question. Okay, so Jasper AI, that main dashboard screen, you're going to see create in the right corner. You see that? Then click on create, go down to workflow. And then once you get to that screen, click on email campaign and you're good to go. You're welcome. Yes. Yes, you try to be more detailed here because it's going to reword it for you and create a description. So be as detailed as you possibly can and use sentence format. Or just put words and commas in. If you already have your business description, you can copy and paste it over, but it has to be under 800 characters. Okay, so I'm going to put mine in so you all can flow with me. All right. Okay, the tone. I don't know what each of you do in your business, but how do you want people to feel when they read your message? For me, I want it to be conversational, which is one of the popular options. I want it to be informative. I want it to be heartfelt. I want to touch the hearts of my clients, potential clients. So set the tone. Maybe you want it to be humorous. Maybe you want it exciting. Maybe you want it promotional. Whatever that is, that's what you're going to put as the tone. Okay? Okay, so once you key that in, you're going to click generate. Now, there's going to give you two options, generate and run all. I prefer generate because I like to see what it generates on each step so I can edit it if I choose to. If you do run all, it's going to run your entire campaign. So you're not going to be able to edit it along the way. So it's totally up to you. But for training, we're going to do a block at a time. So we're going to click on generate and let it do its thing. And as it builds out, it's going to build to the right side. And this, you can literally just copy it and paste it into a Word document. So if you see what I placed here under company information, right? It says Connect LLC is a family investigative firm with a mission to connect people with their lost loved ones with over 20 years of professional skip tracing experience, use of DNA technology, just a small blurb. But you see how detailed it is below? It's more information. How many of you feel good about your target audience? You know exactly who it is, your avatar. Raise your hand if that's you. Okay? If you aren't sure, raise your hand. You're just promoting to everybody, trying to see what to stick. Okay, so this is why this is so important. Now, yes, you can go into ChatGPT, you can create your business description, and you can ask it, who is my target audience? It's going to tell you your target audience. Then your next step with ChatGPT would be to write an email to this target audience. So you can do this for free in ChatGPT, but this is going to do it automatically for you. But as long as you know how to input the data correctly in ChatGPT, you can get this done absolutely free. Okay. All right. So let's scroll down here and we're going to click next. So now this tool is going to give me my target audience. Is everybody to this point? Okay, let's wait a minute. I only have one mic and one body. Okay, I just want to make sure they can hear you. Yes, absolutely. Great question. So she's asking, can you edit it? And that's exactly why I don't like it to run all. Because if you sometimes it may mix, like for example, it said I had 20 years experience of finding people. That's not true. I had 20 years of experience in skip tracing, 12 years of experience in locating people, locating families through DNA. So I had to reword it to say that I have 20 years of locating and finding biological families. Yes, absolutely. Great question. And that's what I like to do is step at a time. So you can reword it as you go. How it looking so far? Do y'all like what it generated for you? So if you need to tweak it a little bit. And remember, you can always go back and do this from scratch. But for training purposes, I want you to play around with it, edit it, and see how it works out for you. The output. Now, your top one should be on point, unless you feel like you weren't detailed enough. Like this young lady here, she was just going to say she was in fashion. What was it? Interior design. But she does so much more. She's a minority business. She's, a black-owned business. You want to tell them how many years you've been with the company, what you can do to help them, what problems are you trying to solve. Like your business description should be pretty detailed. So if the output isn't what you desired, then you may need to fix your input. If the output is amazing, you just need to tweak a few things, then your input may be fine, just edit the output. Okay? Yes, we're going to hit step 2. So right now we're about to hit next, and we're going to see what our target audience is.
I was like, so the inputs what we actually typed in at the top of the ChatGPT generated this output.
Yes, absolutely.
Tone of voice is something that we would say.
You will put in. Mm-hmm. So did you all put in a tone of voice?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious, what did you use for interior design? For your tone of voice, what did you use? Didn't. You didn't? No. And you like your input the way it is, your output? Okay, cool. So when I think about fashion, when I think about style and interior design, things like that, I want to feel like fun and exciting and colorful. It just depends. So you can put that in there, exciting, colorful, and it will, creative. So when a person reads it, they smile, especially if you have a very colorful brand. But just think about those things. How do you want the person on the receiving end to feel when they read that message? What's up, girl? She'll be teaching the class soon, y'all, so hold her to it. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's go to target audience. So you hit next. And this is something I made a mistake with early on when I first learned how to use this tool. You have 2 buttons. You have generate. You actually have 3 because you can, remember, you're creating an email, so you can add the pictures while you're doing this. So you can click on the little image button. You can allow it to generate an image for you. I do not like to generate images, but it may work for what you're doing. But I tried to do it for New Black Wall Street. I just didn't like the pictures that came out of it. I didn't like the ones for my business either, because I want all the faces to look a certain way. So you can pick your own pictures and upload them yourself. But my point is, never hit next first. It's generate first, and then next takes you to the next tab. If you don't hit generate, that means you want to skip that step. That make sense? Mm-hmm. I sure can. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it produces it for you. I have no earthly idea. I do know from our AI class, a young lady that was in the art space, she stated that she did research it and it's not. So it's nothing that you can use to resell per se. I don't know, but if that is important in your space, I would say get legal advice on that. It might be me. Okay, so these are the pictures it generated for this. And it's right on point with the type of pictures it generates. So my mission is all about family, bringing families together. So it gave me family photos. Your interior design, I would assume that you have pictures of your own work. So you will upload your own pictures. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all, because I can't get these wireless mics to work. Well, I have, but y'all don't mind coming to the questions because I'm recording it and then y'all not going to hear anything I'm saying past that mic. Oh. Stop skipping. I have that. No, hold on. Everybody say stop skipping, Danita.
Stop skipping, Danita.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit next. All righty, so the blurb that we placed that was generated at the top is now a part of your target audience. It's going to take that information and it's going to spit out who your target audience is. Okay? So if you are happy with your output that it generated at the step above, go ahead and hit next. And you should see a box that says target audience. If you're not happy with the output, go ahead and edit it and then hit next. Okay? All righty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put in our tone of voice for the target audience. I'm going to use the same exact thing, conversational and informative. And I'm going to hit generate. I can't hear you, sweetheart. The big one here. So this, let me use my mouse. So you would edit it in step one because it's pretty much going to take that same description all the way through this process. So as long as you edit it here, when it first generates, because you can't go back now. So it's going to create it here. And then it's going to keep bringing it down all the way through the workflow. So just edit it on the first one. Okay, so check this out. This ain't, most of my clients are adopted. So this is, it's saying my target audience is adoptees, birth parents, siblings, extended family members, individuals looking to verify biological relationships, and genealogists. What did yours spit out? And is it on point? Can you come up here? Can I get you on the mic? Oh, you can't read it and do that, huh? I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me see. Okay, so talk loud. You can.
We have a freight delivery. So we deliver from business to business, usually warehouses to small businesses. So the output of my target audience is for small business owners, manufacturers, e-commerce businesses, retailers, distributors, and freight forwarders. But those are the kind of things that we do. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Now, let's talk about that. For anybody else want to share before I deep dive into that? Anyone else has target audience that spit out? Okay, scream it out for me. Talk loud as you can. Okay. Okay. So, yes, and when you see the next step, you'll understand why. So the reason why it's important to identify your target audience, because when you're sending out emails, you don't want it going to people that aren't interested in what you're sending. Like, for example, if I'm doing an email campaign on adoptees, then I wouldn't want to send it to a genealogist per se. If I want to talk to those individuals that adopted, I want to make sure this email only goes to the individuals that were adopted. If you are offering a trade for people to learn and you're only focused on those coming out of foster care, then you want the emails to go to, your emails can be more intentional and not as broad when you have a target audience. It's going to create emails for each one of these targets. And the emails will only go to them. Does that make sense? Like with New Black Wall Street, we have a massive email list. But a lot of people will unsubscribe because they don't want to hear about this training. They just want, all they want to do is hear about the events. They're not all entrepreneurs. So that's why we have a separate email list, because we started off blasting to everyone, because there are a lot of people that come here that's a part of the community that would love to be a part of the training. But now that we have gone through that email list and pretty much those who are interested are attending, we now have a separate email for NAVGA training that we blast out. Okay? When it's events about the Pink Lion, we know that the individuals that love jazz, because we send out a lot of emails around here, don't we? And tell us that some of them get frustrated of it. You're like, oh my God, another email. But you don't want your customers to feel that way. And you never know how the customer enters. Sometimes they don't even realize that they joined the training list, or they might have came in through the jazz club. So they initially entered the wrong way. Okay? So the target audience is really important. But does everybody's look pretty good? that pushed it out? Do you like your target audience? Because you can ask it to regenerate. You can tell it to do more. Like it's giving you, so you can ask it to regenerate. You can be more specific, so it'll give you more. It's giving you what you put in. It's, when I tell you, it's a work in progress. You have to treat this AI tool as if you're talking to someone. You got 30 seconds to give them everything. Yes, your elevator speech. I think Miss Mary talked about that in the last class. If you're stuck in the elevator with Oprah, you ain't got time to be giving her a 2-hour spiel about your business. Recap your business in 30 seconds, and that's what you should do in that description. Okay? But remember, you can always tweak it and go back. All right, so what we're going to do now is start generating these emails. Remember, you can do the pictures as well. And you guys notice how it's building on the right side? It's a beautiful document that you'll be able to copy and paste into Word afterwards. Or you can leave it here. It's not going anywhere. But for those that are just doing the free trial and plan on canceling, don't forget to copy this out of there, okay? All right. So it's going to give you your target audience. Now, this is very important. In sales, I personally see myself as a professional problem solver. So that's the way I approach people. My first thing I'm trying to do is ask enough questions so I can identify what problem they have, because my goal is to solve it. Okay? So this tool is going to help you identify the pain points that your target audience may have, so that when you're doing social media posts, when you're doing email campaigns, you are hitting them. You're hitting them hard. They're going to pay attention to it. It's going to help you with that subject line so that you're capturing their attention, okay? So it's going to spit out the pain points. So you should already have your description there. I'm going to hit generate. And let's check out the pain points. Y'all hit generate on your end. Yes, so it's probably over 800 characters. Yeah, it should have told you before you hit. So at the top, well, if it's saying it now and you haven't generated yet, you can just take some of the words out. So right to the right of the box, you'll see your character count. Sometimes it will go over 800. You have to edit it. So if you see it go over 800, it may just be 1 or 2 words. Just back those words out and then generate. So for mine, it says lack of information about their biological family, absence of birth records, limited access to DNA testing and technology, lack of professional tracing experience. I would reword that one. Emotional toll of searching for lost loved ones. That's huge. For mine, it's not that people can't attempt to find it themselves. They can't make it to that point because of how they feel through the process. They don't know whether they're going to get rejected. So they need a third party to handle it for them. So when the emails go out, it needs to touch on that. We understand that, you've been going through this for so many years. You need someone that doesn't have that emotional connection to reach out to the family for you. So does anyone have an output that's right on point? Has anyone done this yet? No? You got your pain points? Okay. You do? Okay, give us a couple of them. Yeah. That's why I love the tool to have this stuff I wouldn't think about. But yeah, and it's gonna word it in such a way you're like, oh, I didn't think about this. But you can always tweak it. You have your pain points? Now I can tell you I suck at I can't dress. my house, anything I do in my house is copied off of Google. I'll look, oh, I want black and gray in my house. So I'll find Google pictures and copy what I've seen. Like I would suck at that. So for you, that should be a pain point. Like individuals that just don't know how to put things together. Like what did it generate for you?
Well, the first was limited budget for interior design projects, making them high professional. To determine their professional style.
Ah, that's me right there.
Knowledge about how to effectively use colors.
That's me all day.
Challenges we create in spaces. So it's quite a bit.
Yes, now that's a big one.
Yeah. So you go into a space and it could be too.
Huh.
Yeah, the space could be too small for the furniture that you're placing in the furniture. If you have large furniture, and that's not gonna work, it's gonna make it just go smaller, so you know how to place your furniture. So limit understanding of long-term energy saving use, effective design practices. So it goes into great detail, and I put nowhere near what you said to put in here. I was like very vague with it. So when I go home, I think I'm gonna be like a mad scientist.
And working all day.
Yeah, I really want to work on it, see what comes out of this.
And you know, this can be done. There's a social media campaign as well that's not as wordy. And you can take the same content and schedule your post online. So this is a very valuable tool, you all. So again, copy and paste it and tweak it and use it wherever you like. Okay, so did anyone else have pain points that was right on target, or if it wasn't on target? Do you have anyone have one that wasn't on target for them? Raise your hand if you just said, forget it, I don't get it. Come on, y'all just not gonna raise your hand for that, huh? Okay, all right, so let's hit next. All right, so at step 4, it's gonna give you the opportunity to change your tone. Okay, so if you wanna change your tone, to switch it up to maybe be a little more humorous or a little more exciting, you can do that at this step. Or you can leave it as is. Okay? If you leave it as is, your emails will have the same tone. And let's just hit continue. All right, so now it's about to create the emails based on the target audience. So the first one it's doing for me is lack of information about their biological family. So now it's going to generate that email. So here, I can put the tone. And then generate. Okay, now for those of you that are familiar with different email platforms, my favorite one is Constant Contact. I really haven't tried that many others, but I love that one. You see how it says, hey, first name? When you're building your email list, if you don't just have emails and you have their first name and last name, if you're using a platform like Constant Contact, you can literally paste, hey, first name. When you send it to that database, it will place their first name there for you. Okay, so that's very important. So you don't have to go in there and edit first name. Now, if you just have just a data dump of emails, then you're not going to have the first names. You want to make sure you take that out and say, hey, friend, or hey, whatever makes sense in your world, or else it's going to send it looking like that. And it's going to look a mess. Okay, so just depends on how organized your list is. You may have their last names. You want to address them by their last name. But think of something, if you don't have a very organized email list, just think of something kind of vague, generic. That makes sense? Okay, so let's see what it came up with. Do you ever wish you could find out more about your biological family? You may have experienced a lack of information, blah, blah, blah. So it's asking them questions. And then it's basically saying, I guess, how we can help them. At Connect LLC, we are dedicated to reuniting families through our innovative investigative firm with over 20 years of professional tracing experience and access to the link. And I love how it said trace. I will put skip trace. I guess tracing is okay. A lot of people don't even know what skip tracing is. But how does tracing sound to y'all? Yeah, basically it said tracing, looking for people. But I like the fact that it didn't just say with over 20 years of connecting lost loved ones or somebody, because that would be a lie. So it does say tracing experience. So I would just tweak it a little bit. I would probably change the word tracing. We would love to talk over the phone for a few minutes to discuss how Connect LLC can find out more about your biological family. I would probably route them to my consults there instead of the phone call. So I would just route them to schedule a free consultation and put my link there. Okay, so again, you can edit the emails, but this is targeting that first target audience on the list. That makes sense, everybody? So it gave you a list of your targets. So this one goes to the ones that were looking for their biological family. No, the reason why this is pulling tracing, because I'm not basically reading. I'm not editing mine like y'all are. So I'm just hitting next for training purposes. But if I would have changed it up in the description to skip tracing, it would have fed skip tracing all the way down. Okay? But I just had tracing there. And so that's why I spit it out. But it's nothing to edit that. Okay. So it'll be over here to your right. So you see how it's building out on the right side? And you'll see target audience, and it has a list of your target audience there. Let me scan it up for you. So this is literally creating a document for you all as you go through. So you see here? So this first one is for adoptees, individuals who were adopted at birth or as children and are looking to trace their biological family. That's what that email will be for. Okay? You good, Danita? Okay, so let's hit next. So the next one is about absence of birth records. So it's going to spit out an email just for that. You all keep putting it in your tone of voice. I'm just going to skip it. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I can scroll up over here as it goes along. So it's creating an email each time. So this email is for my second target audience. And you see over here how I was building it out? So that's the first email that we had earlier. And now this one starts off with saying, are you struggling to find your lost family members due to the lack of birth records? So it's catered towards that target audience. And it just depends on how you're building your email list. If you're building it based on target audience, which I hope after this class, if you aren't doing it, you would do that moving forward. When you run certain social media campaigns, and let's just say it was about the lack of birth records, you would have the people that respond to that go to that particular bucket on your email list. You can create contact lists. So, and that's a whole nother class in itself if you all are still on Gmail and stuff like that. But if you have a system that's collecting your emails, then try not to keep them all lumped together and separate them based on targets. And that makes it a lot easier when you're sending them out.
Sounds like you said your database has to be created with the target already listed so that it knows how to generate versions.
Yes, like with Constant Contact, you can create tasks. You can create separate contact lists. Even when you have a massive email list, you can, what is it called? Tags. You can tag them. So if I have 20,000 people in there, these are tagged for the AI writing, which I have the whole entire class. All of you are tagged that register online. So I know that who registered for the AI class, who registered for the business credit class, who came to the, how to start a business class. So if I want to just send an email to those that were interested in how to start a business when we did that first class in February, then those are the individuals I'm going to email when we have the class again. Or we have the ceremony that we're doing in July. I want to touch bases with them to see who actually started their business from that class.
Is this Access and Excel coming as well? You can work, so you can base your list of your targets on?
Yes and no. So yes, you can copy and paste this out and put it into your own document. It doesn't create the document here.
So you just have to have your targets however you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it creates the text.
So you can copy it,
Yes. And then you copy and paste it onto whatever document you need that feeds into your
So
platform.
you just label like absence of birth records, whatever the category is, you have to label your document, and then you still have to do work and actually submit it.
No, not if you're using the right email tool. So with Constant Contact, you, for example, pretty much all of them do this. You can create your workflow. And so let's say I have all 10 of my emails done and it's for, adoptees. Then it's an email one. I will paste it there. This will go out on the day that someone enters this list. This email goes out on day 3 of them being in the list. This email goes out on day 7 of them being in the list. So you schedule it out. So anytime anyone enters the email list, they're going to get that sequence. That makes sense?
So this is just creating content for your targets that you have to do on an independent.
Yes. So creating the content is the hardest part. And this will give you ideas that you probably wouldn't have thought of as it writes it out. Okay. And it helps you see the picture, like the images that you need to have. Because when you read it, you'll be like, okay, this is the picture I need to include with this. So it just helps you, dig a little deeper, think a little harder.
I'm sorry, you didn't.
No, you're okay. You're not annoying.
You can actually generate that so I can see the difference.
Uh-huh.
How different would be.
Yes, ma'am. So it's a little shorter. Do you have birth records for your family that are missing or incomplete? If so, I am sure it is causing a lot of distress and leaving you feeling helpless. Yeah, and it's shorter.
Attention spans.
Yes, and another thing I like is you can tell it to include emojis, especially on the social media campaign. So, which is a lot of fun. So you can say, hey, generate 10 social media campaigns, include emojis. And so if it's talking about, DNA, you'll see the DNA emoji. If it's talking about, go to my website, it'll have like the what you call a little globe thing sitting there. But yeah. So yeah, I do like that one better too because it's shorter. And the pictures and everything that you include makes a world of difference too. So all right, so let's go to the next one. Is everybody building it out? Are y'all hot? Because I'm hot. No? Okay, I'll just be hot. Whew. She said no, like you better not touch that, yeah. Adoption or abandonment at a young age. Okay. Alrighty, so is everyone getting the gist of this? We're gonna go all the way through. And again, remember to update your tone. If you need to update your tone, you can change it here. If you notice that the target audience you're looking at, you're like, I want them to feel a different kind of way. You can change that tone here. Mm-hmm. You just type it in there yourself. Now you can research it and just ask, Google or ask ChatGPT, what tone of voice should I use for this type of business? And it will tell you. The better way to do it, if you know someone in your target audience, you ask them, how would you like to feel when you get messages from them? Like a real testimony would be better. But it just comes with, if you have people in your circle that will just tell you that. Say, hey, I have this type of business. Like for her, I just know that I want to feel happy. If I read anything about design, fashion, interior, I want to feel excited. I want it to be a colorful email. Or unless you're an interior design company that focuses on, what do you call them, colors that are, like my house, it's just, yeah, like I have blue now and yellows in my house, but I stole all that off the internet. I saw neutral colors, yes. I was that cream person, and my dog had to match my furniture too. Like my dog is great. I love my favorite dog. I love Rottweilers, Rotties. So that black and brown. Yeah, that was my house. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So yes, just think about how people want to feel. So if your interior design isn't about all color and it's more neutral, then you want to make them feel neutral. Yes, and what they like. Exactly, because you're a professional problem solver at the end of the day. See yourself as a professional problem solver. Professional problem solver, and you cannot go wrong. Because the last thing you want to do is see a dollar sign on everybody's head. They can feel it. How they say dog sense fear. I can't stand. That's why I don't like dealerships. I go get my finances before I go because they follow you around the entire lot. It's so annoying. And you can tell that they're just, 3 or 4 minutes, just, oh, somebody hit the parking lot. You can see them moving because I'm looking for it. I'm trying to avoid them when I pull in. So everybody doesn't want to feel like they're being sold to. You want your potential client to feel like they decided to work with you and they're not forced. So your goal is to figure out how to solve a problem for them and you'll be good to go. Okay? All right, so let's see. And also to your point about regenerating, if you don't like the initial one, like I stated earlier, you can tweak your description so it can generate different content for you. But the regenerate may be perfect. Unwillingness of legal guardians or parents to disclose information. Now, that was a huge one in my business. That is a major one, especially in adopted families. The adopted parents are so fearful of their adopted kids connecting with their biological family. They just the fear of loss or thinking that they're not, not going to love them anymore, things of that nature. So making them feel comfortable in that space is great. So that is just perfect there. I'm not going to read all of that, but the target, the pain, I think this is the pain points in the target is perfect for what I do. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Can't hear you, honey. Yes. Your signature and whatever email platform you're using. So mine is already branded on mine. So I would probably delete best your name. I always delete that. Whatever email platform you're using. So if you're just using Gmail and you have a list, because you're gonna outgrow Gmail, there's a cap on it. So if you outgrow it, and number one, you shouldn't be using Gmail anyway, unless the Gmail is attached to your domain name, so they see your domain name. But if you're using a email system, then there's a way where you can set it where your signature line is automatic. And so if that's the case, you wouldn't need that. The best part. How does this email go out to your list? Using the email platform that you're using. What email platform are you using? Wix email? Yeah, so you're going to take this out of this, you're going to copy this, and you're going to paste it right to whatever email platform you're using. Because some email platforms let you upload docs. If that's the case, then you can upload a chain of Word docs and schedule it out. Some of them is a copy and paste situation. So you would just paste it over. Okay? Any other questions? Mm-hmm. Yep. So she was talking about the email templates. And again, I'm constant contact girl. So there are hundreds of templates in there. I never used a blank draft. because the templates have my logo already stamped at the top. It has my signature already at the bottom. It has my social media sites. I did all that when I set it up. So all I have to do is copy and paste the email there, and my branding and everything is already in place. Okay, versus you having to do that every time you generate an email.
So after schedule each one of these out.
Yes. Now, there's two ways to do it. You can do it as just a scheduled post, or you can use Constant Contact's email workflow. So I'm assuming that you want to continuously add emails to your campaign, to your contact list. So you want it where when a person enters your database, that their emails start flowing. That's your goal. If you don't do that, then you may have emails scheduled, but a new person entering your list won't get those emails. Your system needs to say that when this person joins this contact list, they get these series of emails. So you want to create that sequence. But you can do it that way and just schedule them out. You just got to remember when you get new people that you have to send the emails to them, because it will not automatically send them the old emails that people got before they got in, if that makes sense. Okay. Any more questions? I know. I'm telling you, I'm trying to show y'all the free stuff, but Constant Contact is not free by far. So do a Constant Contact class. But there are a lot of them out there. So if you all have suggestions for ones that you use, please share it in our Facebook group. So you can use it. I think there's one monkey one, the one called Monkey that people like. MailChimp, yes, the monkey logo. The people like that. I was close. Monkey logo. But there's quite a few of them out there. I'm just used to Constant Contact, so that's why I use it. I'm not saying that's better than any other one. So there's one that's more, because what I like about Constant Contact, it links to my Facebook stuff. Maybe MailChimp does that too. So it links to my Eventbrite. So I can do, when I have my events, like that's how you all enter. The email list is through Eventbrite. And so Eventbrite is one of the apps inside of Constant Contact. So it automatically dumps my Eventbrite registrants into my email campaign. That's a step I don't have to worry about. Okay? Because we get a lot of I love Eventbrite because there's millions of people on that platform that are looking for things to do. So you're able to build up your list from there. Okay? All righty. Y'all, and I know this is not the most entertaining stuff. It is for me because I'm a geek, but I am a straight geek. Okay. That's what Matt calls me, a geek. I can't help it. Okay. And I love doing these in the middle of the night. It's not as many people on it. It moves a lot faster in the wee hours of the morning. And you'll notice that with ChatGPT, it'll tell you that if you upgrade for $20 a month, you don't have to deal with that. But if you stay with the free version, you're competing with time of all these other individuals that are logged in as well. But I'm okay with, because I know what it took me hours to write this email myself. I'm okay if it takes it 2 minutes to spit it out. Yep, it's free. Okay, so this one, I skipped by so fast. Okay, this one, did you ever feel like you don't know who you are? That you are only missing pieces of your past and family history that you can't seem to find? I would have never thought of that myself. I know that, but I wouldn't have thought to lead with that question. So, and that's actually part of my mission statement, is bringing closure and peace. So that's pretty much what that says. Okay. Limited availability of affordable testing facilities. I would probably take that one. I would take that out, but just for training purposes, I'm gonna run it. But I wouldn't, most of the people come to me don't even have a name. So going to a testing facility is pointless. So I would probably reword that to limited information about their biological family or something like that. because I'm not a testing facility. I use a regular public DNA testing that's out there to have databases attached. I understand that you may have limited access to affordable. But yeah, this is one that I would definitely tweak. This one doesn't represent me. And it's only because I had DNA technology in my description. So I'll just need to be a little more specific and just state that I analyze the DNA that has already been processed by a company. So I'm not personally a testing facility. So I would redo that. Okay, lack of knowledge about DNA testing and its importance in genealogy. How are y'all doing so far? Like, are you getting the good responses?
For you want to do a hyperlink, for example, if you want to collaborate with the testing company.
Mm-hmm.
Add copy a hyperlink in it work.
Yes. So where in the description, when you originally do the description, yes.
In the original description or in the generated.
You can do it here,
Either way.
but if you do it in your original description, every email will have your links there. So you can say free consultation, go here. So every email that it produces will have that. You sure can. Because this is just giving you your text. So, or you can copy and paste out if you don't want to do it here. And you can just have your hyperlinks added to your documents. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think 5. Like 8. I'll see. So it's doing one for each target audience. So if yours only spit out 3, then it's going to create 3. But it may create more than 3 if because it's blending your target audience and their pain points. Right? So if your target audience is this, then it's saying, okay, this target audience has these problems. So it's creating an email that highlights the problem at the beginning with a question, and then you come across as the solution on the second paragraph. So you notice it starts with the problem that's going to grab their attention. Like, for example, if you sent, let's say with this example here, I'm not adopted. So if that was sent to me, I would be the wrong target audience for that particular email. That's why it's so important to segment your list, or you're just gonna have a bunch of unsubscribes. So when you do send out content that would be attractive to them, they're not gonna see it. They've already unsubscribed. So that's the thing. But yes, so I forgot your question, honey. But it's 5 to 8 testimonials, you all, is huge. That's one of my weaknesses, is getting those testimonials from. Because you know, when you're just working in your business, which who's been coming to the classes with Tammy, the government contracts class? Y'all didn't come to that? Ooh. It was so good. And one thing she taught us is stop working in your business. Work on your business, not in your business. So, you know, we just got to get to the point where we are more focused on, you're going to need help at some point. You're going to have to hire employees at some point. You have to have somebody get those testimonials for you. Like, testimonials is what keeps your business going. Although referrals will do it, but it's nothing like taking those testimonies, package it in a certain way, and putting it out there. The hardest part in my space is that I have to be more of a storyteller, because my clients may not want their story out there. They may not want to be the face of that testimony. So I had to learn how to share stories. So basically, I'm working on this now with Crystal. Y'all see the Incline show? So on Tuesday is me, y'all. So make sure y'all check it out. So me is on Tuesday. But what she's teaching me to do is how to package these different, because I have a slew of clients and I know their stories. So just share the stories online, and you may need to do that in your business, especially if it's a sensitive area, where you can just share the testimony like you're sharing a story without mentioning any names. Yep. Or like I did in the past, I did this free for 12 years before I turned it into a business. It was just my way of serving the community. So they would have to agree for it to be public. So in that situation, if I'm helping you for free, then you have to agree to put it out there. To allow me to put it out there. So you may need to do that in your space to build up testimonials. I don't know what everyone in here does, but testimonials is huge. If you can build that up, those are emails that you can send out. That's why I do these surveys so bad. Is because we're going to start putting these stories out there. It's one thing to come to class, but if the people aren't executing, it's pointless, especially when the class is free. You know, even when people pay thousands of dollars for classes, they don't execute. So what you think they're going to do when it's free? Right? So we're doing that award ceremony in July so that we can encourage people to execute. And so we want to know who started their business, who started their email campaigns, who got their business credit right. That was an amazing class. Did that, you know, we want to know these stories on that survey so that we can recognize you in July. That's going to be July 1st. Okay, and more information will be coming out about that soon. Hey, pound cake lady. Okay. All right, so I am going to go through this because there is another exciting part I want you all to see. What time are you working with? Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm at the end. I don't know how many it did for me. I think 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no 7, 8. So it did do 8. You were right on point. So how many did it generate for you all? How many targets did you have? It did 6 emails. Okay, so it's going to do at least 1 email for each one. Now, this is what you can do, what I'm telling you. So you know you're going to send more than 1 email to your target, right? So you can now, this is where ChatGPT, especially for those that want to just use that only, you can take that email and say generate. Basically, you're telling it to give the same message different ways. Okay, so you're asking it to generate different ways of targeting this same adoptee group. Okay, that makes sense? So this is only giving you 1 email. You're creating a sequence for 1 campaign. So every time someone adopted enters it, they get that first email. But you want to have a series of emails for each one of those targets. Or if you have, for example, if you have a group of people that's interested in interior design, maybe some of them like colorful, maybe some of them like neutral, whatever the case may be, they all can get those emails. It's still interior design. So it's just, you can make it more vague if you want to send it to the whole group. But you can have, if you got 5 target audience, you can have 5 different email sequences. Y'all follow me? No, you're okay.
What's the difference between just going in and regenerating it versus what you're describing?
Nothing. You can. Now, for those that's going to get Jasper, you can keep regenerating, copy and pasting it out. Where for those that aren't going to use Jasper and you plan on ending the free trial, or you maybe haven't signed up for it at all, you can do this in ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. Yes. So the email that you're using, for starters, is going to determine how those pictures are going to go in there. So for me with Constant Contact, all my pictures are uploaded inside the system. So, and I use templates. So I'm able to just drag and drop the pictures where I want them to go inside of the email campaign. So the only thing I need this for is text. But if you're using Gmail or Outlook or something else, then you can copy and paste your pictures in. Are you trying to use these pictures here? that this system has. Because if you're using these, the pictures, you just generate them through here. And that's what I showed you all earlier. But if you are wanting to add your own pictures, I would suggest doing that inside of whatever email platform. Because most of you are probably using templates, I would guess. And then they have most of all of them have a drag and drop feature for your pictures, like your logo, your own pictures. What type of business do you have? Oh, well, honey, I mean, your properties are your pictures. Okay. Gotcha. But you have, of course, pictures of that property. Yeah, so you would use those pictures. This is generating these pictures. So this is, let me see if I can. Mm-mm. Yes, and that's a good point about the birthday thing. So let me touch on that. So I was just using your real estate as a picture because you said real estate. But if you have, when you're building your contact list, if you're asking for their birthdays, that's going to feed into whatever email program that you're using. And you can have a set email that goes out on people's birthdays. You'll need to do that picture one time, create the email one time. It'll say, hey, first name. And then every time someone's birthday comes, so you do a campaign sequence on just birthdays. And it'll automatically go out.
I think she just wants the picture icon is right there between generate feelings, and it'll generate a stock photo. She showed it to us earlier.
Yeah, this is going to give you a stock photo, but if you want to do your own photo, you're not doing it here. What I'm saying, you would do it in your email campaign.
It's like it's the picture thing. If you click it, it generates the stock photo for whatever category you put in.
Let me show you, because I honestly don't like the stock photos. Because
It's like a customer relationship management tool for like I kind of get
let me show you. So if I put this here and I click generate my picture. Now let me do this first. And then I click produce the art. It's going to give me the picture. Let's see. Now, with something like a happy birthday, something basic, the picture may be perfect. But for my business, it's just, even when I did it for New Black Wall Street, it says all day black, 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 black. And it kept giving me white, 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 white. So that's why I it just does, it makes more sense for me to find a picture than it is to use this. But if you do like the picture, you would just click on place. And it's going to place the picture in your email. Girl, good question. I'm sure you can by just regenerating it again. But I didn't get past, I didn't like the picture, so I didn't even try to edit the picture. But yeah, I just deleted it. And you would just place another one. So you see the cursor flashing on the right side of it? The picture? Y'all see that? So I just deleted it. Yeah, that's to view it, but you can place it here. She want to know how you get it in your document. So I'm curious to know what it would do for birthday. I'm sure it'd be nice. It'd probably be a cake or something like that, some kind of general. But if you have a very specific target, in my experience with the pictures, it just doesn't give me that. Like this would work fine. Like this, I don't know what this is. Cartoon characters or I have no idea what that is. But yeah. Make sense? Okay, so how many raise your hand if you actually built yours out? Only 2 people. Raise your hand. I promise I ain't nobody. Okay. Did you know your target audience before this? I did. Who said they did? You didn't know yours. Okay, so tell us what it is. What is your business, and what is your target audience? Anyone else didn't know their target audience when they came, or maybe it gave you more options as you went through it? No, y'all just hurt. Some of your businesses do. Yeah, so, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, regular e-commerce. I can see that. They gotta get the stuff. They gotta get it. Anybody else? What do you all do here? You're the minute. The gentleman right next to you. E-commerce? Okay. Have you tried the investment? You know your target audience and what's your product? Waist trainer? Oh, that's a good one. You bought one? Okay. So, I mean, the target audience is cool, but they may help you think outside the box. It's not everybody that, plus size and want to swim it in. It's people, that work out with you. That people that already have a nice way you want to keep it that way. So then you tell them, I can't, but you don't want to spit out. Nothing, okay, and you learn that. You just kind of do like models. So you do like when they see people wearing it and things like that. Okay, that's cool. So you probably love the social media campaign piece too, but I buy from email. Like my favorite brands come from email. I'm so busy on social media on my own page, I rarely see other people's stuff. But those emails, I saw my tracks and I see, email sales and things like that. So email, y'all don't sleep on email. Social media, some people stories go away 24 hours, they won't see it. Or it may be forever before they see it on social media, but their email is going to stay there. At some point in the day, they're going to check their email. Yeah, the blog feature. So for those that are bloggers, I mean, you looking at people are blogging like crazy. They don't have to think too much anymore. They have these tools that are writing blogs for them. So the same way we went inside of here, you would just put it on blog campaign instead of email campaign. And you can also do these from scratch. So if you're using ChatGPT, then you can do the same exact thing with you're doing. But you have to know to ask it. Like, how many of you would have thought to ask it to give you your pain points for your target audience? That's a major game changer there because most of us are thinking like, wow, what is my target audience? And you're trying to solve a problem for you, but you would have thought to ask yourself what problems do each one of these people have. Or maybe would have gave you some options that you didn't have. I don't know, when I came on board with ChatGPT, it was a beta phase. I'm sorry, with Jasper, it was beta, and then I ended up upgrading to a price point. So I don't really know what price point I'm at, but I do have the highest one. I do know that. I don't know what the other one. But are you able to do what I'm doing? I started. Oh. so many credits. I have unlimited credits. So I can type take a look. And let me tell you what happened, because I first sent that link out to you with Jasper, and accidentally sent the one out to one of my team. And so I had to go to delete that link. That's why some of y'all do that with like leaving them. Yeah, but they didn't add it on my bill. And it's like, what is he talking about? He can't get it. Well, they have sent out another link that went directly to the exit. I don't know how the one I did that. But they didn't do anything like that. When I first got out here. So you can use this one. You can put it on the T. No, I want to be able to look at it. Oh, okay. You have a marketing partner. Yes, so under project, if you go out with this screen, you can create a project for each one. I have a marketing, I have Wall Street, I have this class, you create a project for each one. And then you can just switch between projects. Especially if you're marketing space, it's the one. Okay? Is anybody struggling with AI on whether ChatGPT or Jasper have a question? I want me to show you something. It's on the right side of your screen. It's here. You have to go to the project that you created. You created a project, right? And to the young lady here, I see another option on this side. What's your name, sweetheart? The real estate. I see it up here too, Gina. So you can actually add it straight from here. You can add the hyperlinks. You can change it. But most of that I do in Word. I just copy and paste it out of here. But you can bold it. You can italicize it. You can add your links in here, bullet points, everything. So it looks just like Microsoft Word inside of here. So that's cool. This is ChatGPT, and you guys know I abuse the heck out of this one. So you can do the same exact thing here. You can ask it, you can say, create my target audience link. Because I don't want you all to leave here worried about the cost of Jasper and whether you should keep Jasper. So you can do this in ChatGPT, and it building it for you. Like this, if I did the same thing in ChatGPT, it would take way longer to do it in here. So it's the time that you're saving, the templates that you get inside of Jasper. There's a lot of templates outside of just doing the email sequence. Because this is inside of ChatGPT is inside of Jasper. But you can do it. You can ask it here. But the thing is, if you know to ask these things, you're fine. But most people are not going to know what to even tell ChatGPT to ask. When you have the workflow, you're basically just following a list of instructions. So if it say put your business name, you put it. If it say put your description, you put it. If it asks you your tone of voice, you put it. In ChatGPT, you have to know to do those things. Like you have to know to tell it, hey, create a conversational and instructional email about Connect LLC that's going to help you find XYZ in business 20 years. Please include my target audience, your pain points. You have to know to tell it to do all that. But after seeing this on Jasper, if you document what it actually is, you can do that. You can manually do it.
Are you saying pain points?
Pain points.
P-A-I-N?
Okay, everything. Okay, so let's do real estate. Anyone else in here real estate? They used to be. My poor recording online is just gonna be terrible. Okay. Okay. So where we going with for the company name? NBWSN Real Estate Firm. Okay. What do we do? 'Cause I'm not a real estate. We show houses, we list houses, what we do? Real estate firm, real estate company. We're gonna see what it comes. Real estate firm that lists, sells. Okay. I definitely will say this needs to be informative, right? Um, how many years the company been in business? It's been in 27? 27 years and has helped thousands in the Stonecrest market buy a home. Okay, let's just see what. Okay. Oh, I need to take the out, but anyway, hopefully it's smart enough to fix my errors. Let's see. Okay, so NBWSN Real Estate Firm is a premier real estate company that has been helping families find the perfect home in Stonecrest for 27 years. With over 1,000 successful sales, we are dedicated to providing unparalleled service and expertise to our clients. Our unique value proposition is that we take into account your lifestyle needs as much as location when searching for the right property, providing an experience tailored just for you. I love this. We're driven by our mission of creating of creating fulfilling and affordable home ownership opportunities while serving with integrity, enthusiasm, and respect. We believe that everyone deserves a place they can call their own. So it's our vision to make finding the perfect home easy, seamless, and stress-free. The only thing I would change is I would say Georgia. That's it. I would say Georgia there. I'm curious to know what picture will come up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious to know if, like, if you would put exciting, it would have been more like probably you want to buy a home now, just made it a little more perky. But I love the pictures for this because it's, you can't go wrong with pictures of a house. That was cute, the pictures that it created. But maybe if the post was more family, the output was more family, would have showed a family in front of the house. But I love it. But let's compare it to ChatGPT because y'all question was, what's the difference? So let's take this same message I'm going to copy it. Oops. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to ask it to create. See, the difference with this is you got to tell it what to do. So I got to tell it to create a business description using this information. Oh, see, I wouldn't have had to remember that over here. Created and informative business description using the information, using this information. What else did we do over there? The tone was informative. What do you mean? But it's the same thing here. Like if you put on Chat GPT, if you tell it informative, it will create an informative. If I tell it exciting, and you really didn't know over here either, because with this one, it just reminded me because it said tone of voice. So I put informative. Over here, I probably would have went back and added the tone of voice, but it would have been after I saw the output and be like, nah, I don't like this. Make it informative, make it. So this is, mm-hmm. Oh, without putting informative? Okay, so y'all want to see it with and without informative. I got you. Okay. So New Black Wall Street is a well-established real estate company with 27 years of experience in the industry. Our primary focus is to help individuals and families find their dream homes in the Stonecrest area. We have a team of experienced agents who specialize in listing for sale and finding properties for buyers in the local real estate market. Over the years, we have successfully helped thousands of clients buy homes in Stonecrest and its surrounding areas. Our commitment to exceptional customer service and our extensive knowledge of the local real estate market has made us one of the most trusted and reputable real estate companies in the region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, we are here to guide you through every step of the process. I like it, but it's more of generic. It's more, yeah, it's kind of boring. Now I'm gonna put informative and I'm gonna put exciting to see. Um, and that's how I do my emails. I can't stand to see big old blurbs because most people 3 sentences they need a break. 3 sentences a break. Yes, it's easier to read. It's still long. Um, for sellers, we provide comprehensive listings. Let me say something. I would do create and exciting. That's just how I want to feel right now. It's like creating exciting. Mm-hmm. So that's cute for social media. You can also tell it to create a shorter version of it. So it's not as long. Now, if this is a blog post, then you want it kind of lengthy with hyperlinks and things of that nature. But you just don't want your emails too long. Now, once you capture your audience, mean they know, like, and trust you, your emails can be as long as they want to be because they're going to read them. But to initially get them in, it need to get straight to the point early on. But it's just a matter of playing around with this one. You can definitely do it. You can ask yourself, what is the target audience? What is the target? Give me a list. Create a target audience list. Okay, so now it's giving me the target audience. Okay, create a list of pain points for this target audience. And this is everything we did in the Jasper. Yeah, you just don't have to remember. But what I would say from Jasper is just take notes. You know, you had to put in your business name, you had to put in your description, your target audience. Then it did your pain points. Just write those down. So if you use ChatGPT, you can ask it. And then the next step we would do is we would take that target audience and then we would say, create an email campaign for this target audience. And it will do it right here. It won't pull in the pictures on ChatGPT, but it will give you a description of what you need to find. So you can say, like, what type of pictures would attract this target audience? And it'll say something like, I can't give you some, it says, I'm not able to generate pictures. But you see this? Home buyers in the Stonecrest audience. Let's see. This is their pain points. Difficulty finding a home that meets their specific needs and preferences. So it's telling you the target audience list is from here. Y'all get it? So this is the target audience list. And then I asked it its pain points. So for the target audience, these are the problems that you need to solve for people that's in that Stonecrest area. Lack of experts experience negotiating real estate transactions. Home sellers in the Stonecrest area. So this is home buyers, this is home sellers. First time buyers, lack of knowledge about the home buying process and terminology. And it goes on and on. I like, this is more detailed to me than Jasper was when it came to the pain points. And that's probably because Jasper, that system is going to create the emails for you. So you don't really need as much. It's telling you the pain points, but it's going to write the emails. Versus with this, you have to now take this information and then tell it to create your emails. So you need all this information. So we can tell it generate an email for each target audience and touch on the pain points. I like how it talks to you. Sure. Okay, so you have your subject line. Let us help you find your dream home. And that's another thing. If you're focused on social media, then make sure you're letting it know that this is a social media post. Because it's going to create it like an email because I said email. Maybe this is for LinkedIn. Maybe it's for Twitter. You have to be specific. You can tell it create a Facebook post. So normally when I do the Instagram post, I tell it to create. I'll take the email and I say, take this information and create a short Instagram post and include emojis. Like, for example, we have Nee back here. Everybody say happy birthday. Happy birthday. They have in the Jazz Club a Mother's Day thing. You know what I'm going to take, because I'm going to use this as an example. Okay, so is this my email here? Yeah. So he sent me an email and he wanted me to. Don't try to be reading my email. And he wants me to send an email out, and he provided a description there, so I already know what I was going to do is put this description in here and come up with a nice jazzy email to send out about Mother's Day in the jazz club. So he says, is it possible for you to send this flyer out to your list like you do in your AI class? I didn't catch that part, but yeah. Okay. So it's a Mother's Day Jazz Club Mimosa, Chef J. Paul, and a curated fashion show by award-winning fashion designers. Be prepared to shop. Okay, so I'm gonna ask them to create an exciting and promotional email invite about this information. It normally will catch it. And I would probably do a little more because I would say the Pink Lion Jazz Club. That's not in here. Okay, it's located in the Pink Lion Jazz Club inside of the New Black Wall Street Market. So basically, it's going to rewrite it and it's going to include that. Also, I would touch on the cost. It's $50 to attend it. So I would make sure they see the value in the email. So I would probably go back again and touch on that. And I didn't open the flyer. But if I was at home doing this, I would really look at that flyer really good, make sure that that $50 is extremely valuable to them, share the experience that the mothers are going to have, and things of that nature. But this is what it came up with. We are thrilled to invite you to the ultimate Mother's Day celebration happening at the Pink Lion Jazz Club located inside the New Black Wall Street Market. This is an incredible afternoon of live jazz music, mimosas, delicious cuisine, and a curated fashion show that will leave you feeling rejuvenated and inspired. All right now. Imagine walking into the Pink Lion Jazz Club and being greeted with the smooth sounds of live jazz music, filling the air with its soulful melodies. Enjoy sipping on free-flowing mimosas. Are they free? While, while indulging in mouth. Did he say free? I don't know. We might have to edit that. Okay. Indulging in mouth-watering cuisine prepared by Chef Paul, who is the bomb. And to top it off, witness a stunning fashion show featuring the latest styles from award-winning fashion designers, the Wilborn sisters. And they do put on a show. Get ready to be swept away by their incredible creations and be inspired to add a touch of glamour to your wardrobe. As you soak up the ambiance, take some time to shop at our specially curated fashion marketplace, blah, blah, blah. So that's cool. I love the first two. I will tweak it a little bit, make sure mimosas are free. They free? Look, he ain't answering right now. He's like, I don't know. That was the first part, wasn't it? We're thrilled to invite you to the Mother's Day celebration. Okay. Make this more about the mothers having an amazing time. And like I say, it's a work in progress with it. You just have to, my input probably sucked. So you just have to make sure that the input is on point. I just copy what is it, girl? You scared me. What is it? The event, you said save it. I got you. The event is a perfect way to show a special woman in your life how much you appreciate them. Our focus is on making, and it's several times I have regenerated messages. I'll take part of that email, part of that one, and piece them all together to make it work. So it's a great tool. Either whichever one, it depends on where you are in your business. Now, if you're working multiple businesses, having a sequence is what you want to do. You can build the sequence here and use an outside campaign to build it out. If you are at the, beginning stages of building out your emails, ChatGPT is fine. You'll probably send out, I guarantee you're going to 10x your productivity with this free version of ChatGPT, because you're probably going to go from sending out one email a week to sending out even more. Okay, so you definitely want to get in the habit of sending out emails that are attractive to your audience. Okay. Yes. But what I can say, for most people, that won't even matter. Up to 2021 is everything. Now, people that are into research and need recent data, it would apply to them. But for pretty much 99% of y'all in here, it won't even matter. So that's pretty much, it's just 2 years off. Mm-hmm.
So these emails that ChatGPT and Jasper are creating. So when we have to have our own email list of our people we want to send it to. They were copy, cut, and paste, or whatever into our email list.
Yes, ma'am. Yep. So if you have a database already, it's just a matter of copying and pasting it over. But if you don't, it's time to build one. So start collecting your emails. Yep, social media post. So I could tell it the same thing is create a list of Instagram posts and include emojis. You got to have emojis, right? See? So this would be perfect if they had pictures from last year's Mother's Day, where they could include those pictures and put this on top, as part of the text. So and you can literally, if you use something like Hootsuite, you can take the pictures, upload them, put this text, schedule them, and be done. Like, you should have a content day where you're just uploading everything and just schedule them. That way you don't have to go back to it. Like I say, give me 10 more. And it's just going to keep going. I would have never even found all them emojis. You be digging through like, which one I click on? Oh, hashtags are important too. So you can tell it to include hashtags. Oh, yeah, it's there. Okay. Boom. I could tell it to do the same thing, but do it for Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you are. It's going to create it based on the needs for that platform. Actually, what type of pictures should I use? It's probably like, wait a minute, lady, I'm still typing. But it really eliminates the excuse, especially if you're not at the point where you can hire anyone to do this for you. Schedule a content day and just use your ChatGPT. I mean, in a couple hours, you can knock out your content for the month. I didn't hear you, but let me read this really quick. Someone asked about pictures. I think it was Danita that asked if you can put if it'll give you a picture. It won't give. No, it was this young lady here. You asked about the pictures. It won't shoot the pictures out in ChatGPT, but I asked it what type of picture should I use, and it described the type of image that I should use that'll go along with that social media post. So it said Mother's Day event at the Pink Lion Jazz Club. You should consider using pictures that feature a group of mothers having a good time, enjoying the live music and fashion show and sipping on mimosas. Because that's exactly what the event is about. So last year, they had a great celebration. So hopefully Mr. Nee still has pictures from last year. And then we could use those pictures and schedule out the post with this content. And then people can actually see the experience and see themselves in the pictures for this year. What else does it say here? Alternatively, you should use images of the venue with its vintage and eclectic decor, or pictures of the delicious food and drinks that will be served. Make sure the pictures are bright, colorful, and eye-catching, and that they capture the fun and celebratory atmosphere of the event. So what I would do, I would copy this and I would say, Nee and Richard, send me this. Like, send me the pictures that include all of that. Yep. Or if you have someone like like my child, my son will be 17 in June. There's no reason prior to this technology, there's no way he could have helped me with social media. Kids be on social media, but he doesn't have that marketing mindset, but he can learn how to use this. So if you have teenagers, give them this tool, show them how to use it. If they don't know what pictures to use, tell them, hey, ask ChatGPT, what type of pictures should I use to promote this event? And then they can easily go out and find it or take the pictures for you and do this for you. And you can save yourself a lot of money there as well. Or, for example, I know a lot of people use Fiverr. And the reason why you don't get the result that you want is because you don't do a good job of explaining to them what you need. So if you want to get it right the first time, then ask ChatGPT or Jasper, whichever one you choose to use. Just ask the question. This is the business type. Let's see. What should the logo look like? And I'm just feeding off of this, so it may say, girl, what you talking about? But okay. So the design of the logo for the Pink Lion Jazz Club inside the New Black Wall Street Market should be eye-catching and memorable. The logo could feature, what is that? Stylized image of the pink lion, which it does. Perhaps with a jazz instrument in its paw. It doesn't. But you could send this. So when you're ordering your logo from whomever, whether it's somebody here local, then you can send them this description so they have something to work with. Because that's the hardest part, just explaining to people what it is that you need. And so they're just pretty much guessing and you're going back and forth like, no, this is not going to work. You can even ask, what should my website look like? So when you hire the nerd back here, and that's her business name, by the way, what is it? Coolest nerd ever. So when you hire her to build out your website, she got frustrated because you said, let me be creative as I want to be. And you get mad when it don't look like what you want. Because I can tell you from experience, that happens all the time. I trust you. You are the designer. You don't tell them nothing, and then they build it out, and then you're not happy. But if it's only because you just feel like you don't have the creative mind to do it, but you do have an idea, like send an example of the website that you've seen that you like. Send the colors of the website that you've seen, like maybe find the exact color for them. Like just give them an idea, because when you just give people free reign to do whatever, then you're going to get whatever it is that they envision. At that point, it's how they see your business and not how you see it. Okay?
So for the Mother's Day, you would use your overall email list, like not just
Exactly. And Pink Lion also has an email list. I'm not sure if they have it from last year, but this event is something you would promote to the entire downline. I say downline, I'm thinking about my team, but it's you would promote it to your entire email list.
And if you had last year, you could do a separate email.
So what I do is on Eventbrite, I have where all the events are posted. I email them the attendees from Eventbrite. So they're more likely to look at it if they see a message from Eventbrite. So I email them from there, but they also get the mass communication from our email list. If that makes sense. But yes, now where you can target it, if you know that people are living in Africa, they're not coming to this event. So you want to also make sure that your lists are segmented by location. And that's one of our downfalls here is because it grew so fast that email list, and we didn't ask them for their city and state. We're asking now on the forums, but it's a lot of people in the system that we don't know where they're located. So if they see an event, some may get frustrated. I'm not, especially this class, y'all. These training classes, it's so many people want it online. It's insane. I live here, I live there, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish there was a way I could not message y'all. But it's not segmented right now. So we do have the newer ones, but the ones that, early on, we don't know where they're located. Yep. But it'll eventually offer more of it online. Just the goal is to get people here in the building. Yep. Any more questions? Oh, it's 201, but y'all got to play with it, use it, build your email campaigns, whether it's Chat GPT, whether it's, Jasper, whichever option you choose, just keep playing around with it. And eventually, if they're error free, the only mistake that you will see on here is a description about your business, maybe the information to put in there, but it won't be typos. You won't have any grammatical errors and things of that nature. It was going to be social media, but it looks like we're covering it now. So social media would be the next one for AI, all about social media, the pictures, the emojis, the content, scheduling it out. I'm not sure if you all use Hootsuite. I love Hootsuite. So scheduling your posts and things and showing you how you can literally have a content day and get it all out there. It's not as hard as you think. So a content day, schedule everything for the whole entire week. And all you should be doing is replying to the comments on those scheduled posts. On Saturday, this will come Saturday. This next Saturday. Mm-hmm. Same time, 12 to 2. Yeah, I'm working on it. But I'm going to say yeah, but it's going to be recorded. Because it's kind of hard. Like, I feel bad because anybody's watching this one now is really not going to hear very well. Because I didn't have any, it's just me in here today. But hopefully next week, I'll have, you going to do next week? Okay. You could probably do the class with me too. So you got to figure out how to blend them together. You want to come share what it is that you do? Because she will be teaching the class soon. So if you can come share with the people what you do, that'd be great. I love her business name. Her name is Pam, by the way. Her company she owns. Right here.
I'm the owner of Coolest Nerd Ever, and we're a data analytics company. Check.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pam Smith. I'm the owner of Coolest Nerd Ever, and we are Coolest Nerd Ever. And we do digital analytics. So we pretty much analyze your digital space and also like more so your like offline for your business. So we analyze your websites, your social media, things of that nature, find out what's working, what's not working, and the things that aren't working, we can fix that for you. And the things that are, we could probably make those better too. So coolestnerdever.com, that's the website. But yeah, that's what we do.
I feel her pain right now.
Do you?
I feel her pain. Like it take a lot to come up here.
It does. So yeah, Coolest Nerd Ever. Thank y'all.
So how many of you have a website? Okay. I'm not sure if you look at your analytics behind the scene, but most people websites have no traffic whatsoever. And it's just because you threw something up there and you really don't know what to do to get it out there. That's what her company does. Yes, absolutely. That's the main thing. I can't hear you, honey. don't know.
Oh, all of that. Yeah. So on page, technical, off page, like the promotion side, really all of it.
So what I would suggest when we do Pam's class, we have a more intimate group. I can see it as being like an audit experience where she can kind of see what you have going on. I can't see an audit experience working with a large group, but I would say maybe this size. Maybe some people can come up, pull their website up, or whatever. But I just know that a lot of people have absolutely no traffic, and it's not because there's something wrong with the visual aesthetics of your site. It's just that it just wasn't set up properly. Okay, but that's all I had. You all, I have an interview in the podcast room. Tuesday, y'all listen out for my show. And when I said I feel her pain, it's because I am an introvert, and it took years of being able to be up here. Training, I don't feel as bad because I love to train. But public speaking, someone in the class told me, they said, what's the difference between public speaking and training? It's a big difference. It's a major difference. So when you feel confident, I trained for Wells Fargo for years and hundreds of people, and never bothered me because I understood that, I knew the content. But when someone I'll be sitting in the audience like I just did her, and someone say, come speak, oh man, y'all better get the napkins and everything because I'm going to pee on myself. That's how, that's how bad it is. So I feel her pain. And most people who are, what do you want to call them, creators, like analytical people, are straight introverts. They love to work behind the scene. Wonderful people, they just very shy. So I feel her pain, but I appreciate you for coming up. You're welcome. Okay, so let me ask you this about the next class, you all. So next Saturday was going to be on the social media of this. We could transition into, if you all go home and do this, get your right business descriptions, get your about us, all the things that you know you need for a site. And I think that would be a good segue into Pam's class. Like most of you have websites, right? Well, if you don't, she builds them too. So I think, what do y'all think about that for next Saturday? Or do you prefer the social media piece? Come on, you gotta know what you want for your business. Social media? Okay. So social media, the other one was the website and how to do the tabs on the website, like the information that you have on the site, like your about us and things of that nature. So, which most people are still talking in third person on their websites, which is so old school. People know that you wrote it. And, so it's just putting the right content on your sites, but using AI technology to do it for you is another one. And then that last one is everybody should be, I'm not going to say perfect, but everybody should have social media content. You should have email sequences going out, your website, description, everything about you, your testimonial should be good. And that last class will be the perfect opportunity to audit everybody and see how they, kind of like we did the grants, the government contracts class. You got a little bit, and at the end, people that was ready. So I would love to see you all get through this entire 4 weeks, and that fourth week, you should be talking about people responding to your emails or sharing how many emails you sent out, or we should be able to look at your social media page and see that you have continuous content going out. Because I'm assuming that's your goal if you're coming, right? And if it's not you that's going to be doing it, have someone with you. Have the person that's going to be doing it with you. Look, that's what I'm talking about. But no, I was just saying which order y'all want to do it in, because we could do it next week if you wanted to, but I think we could save that for the last week. And if you get all your social media, your emails, and have your content on your website ready, she can audit it the last week. That sounds good. Look, I'm leaning on her like she my big sis because she be asking questions behind you. What's her name? Yeah, she. No. Okay, well, y'all be blessed. See y'all next week.
Man, thank you, thank you.
Tawana.
Tawana.